right. We're hoping for a smooth start today. I got on a little bit early just to see if I can get the stream to settle in for me. Gosh, I'm only using 3% CPU. I think maybe one of my issues is that I have 3 monitors running, and there's a possibility that the setup is not capable of running 3 monitors, but I'm running them anyway. I'm going to get it figured out because I like having 3 monitors. Welcome, Friday. And Friday is a day to celebrate, for dang sure. So we should be in celebration mode. And we should be playing music in the background. That's old school dad random stuff going on there. That was my old intro stuff. All right, let's turn that off. But welcome to Friday. Hope you've had a great week, and hopefully as our stream gets moving, we add on to our stream. Thank you for showing up right away there, Brent. I definitely have some stuff on my mind today. A couple of things kind of inspired me today. It hasn't been really much of an inspiring day. I've had better ones, I'll tell you that. But we just keep moving forward, guys. No matter what happens. The only direction is through and forward. So, yeah. So today I really DJAF, I guess. But yeah, Brent, I see you said you picked up a run cam thumb, which is probably a good pickup because I don't know anything wrong with it. It does give you gyro data, I believe. Yeah. And yes, gyro flow is the way to go. I completely concur with the gyro flow. Let me get that turned off there. I'll turn that on there. But yeah, I'm actually trying to work within gyroflow a lot more. I believe in that kind of technology. I really think that for FPV pilots or anybody doing aerial footage, I think there's been a couple of videos. I think probably the most detailed video that you can see on gyroflow is one Nurk did. Dobo did a gyroflow video, but it's really basic. Like turn it on and stick your footage in there. But Nurk gets into the details of how gyroflow works. He gets into the fine tuning of it, and you can really dial it in. And I don't know enough about gyroflow to dial it in yet, but I want to learn that, and that's something that I think is definitely worth our time. And the other thing, Brent, is I think definitely running after some of the available tech is a good idea, especially like that. But I think our landing point. Hey, whoa, thank you. Appreciate that. Yes, I'll check. Yeah, the Nurk vid is really good for sure. Thank you. I appreciate you. Hey, I appreciate you being supportive too, Brent. I really do. Thank you so much. Every dime and nickel counts for sure. I run as much as you think I do or I have. I run on a budget. I do everything on a budget. I teach my family and my kids. We work on a budget, and we splurge here and there, but that right there is actually one of the most budget friendly little printers that you can get. So if you just want to dink around and and do a little printing. I mean, $200, you can afford that. You just don't go to Starbucks for a week. Okay. And you got yourself a 3D printer. I got, it'll print PETG. It'll print TPU. And it does a really good job. It's actually better than my Ender 3. So, but yeah, check out the Nurk video. He'll really be helpful. I don't know if you want to get in that in depth. I don't know where you are. You're pretty willing to do like more new things. And I think that'll help you. I think, see if I can, I want to see if I can put my chat stream up today. I haven't posted my chat stream in a while. So I'm going to see if I can, get that functioning a little bit. Sometimes you get too much stuff going on and you get yourself, I get myself in trouble. So I just got to get here. Let me shut that down there. I'm trying to keep things on the down low today. I want this to, let's see, copy that. And then I go to properties. Oops, got to go here, properties, and put that in there. Hit OK. And we should have I don't know, we got something there. I had a little bit of trouble with my, let me just get, let's see, here's that. So when we communicate here, it's kind of nice to have, the chat come out. There's that. Trying to drag that. There we go. See if we can get that. See if we can get that coming up. I don't know if it will, because it's. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I got it. I don't think. Yeah. We won't mess with that. Turn that off. Turn it off for now. I'll when I go screen share, we'll try it there. But yeah, I a couple of things. Okay, first of all, today was I think a watershed day for me a little bit. I think all of us kind of have those days where, everything seems to be like rolling forward. And sometimes it just doesn't. That's why I'm saying stay strong and keep fighting, move forward, And, we do what we do, like this hobby, to keep us busy, to give us something to think about. And it's been really kind of a cool journey. And so one of the things I want to talk about today has been my journey, and I think all of our journey. And one of the people that kind of helped me, kind of relive that journey, and a person I think that's not really appreciated enough in the drone community. He kind of does his own thing. Dang, I'm clipping, so I got to make sure I don't. Hold on here. I got to go to my my mic filters. Hold on, because I am clipping and I don't want to clip all day. Hold on here. I just got to turn my compressor, my output gain down a little bit, because I heard a little bit of a clip. Turn that down a little bit right there. And there's in OBS, they added a graphic equalizer. And so I'm experimenting with increasing the highs. One of the things I want you to notice is, you see this mic here? I really haven't talked about it much, but I went out and looked for I did a little searching, and I was looking for a mic that would give me, a close to the Shure SMB sounds. And I found this, though. There was actually two names for this product, and one was an absolute disaster. I know we're getting off key here, but I want to talk about this really quick, because we're up in our game, and I want you to know how far I've gone and how far this program, this stream has gone. And this thing right here, and I've always been budget sensitive. I've always been budget conscious with my channel, and this was one of those things that I budgeted, and I just went and said, okay, I'm not so serious that I need to spend $300 for a mic, even though it's actually a good investment. But and I've listened to myself on, I always review my stream to see if it was, how big of a disaster it was. I try to fix things. And one of the things I noticed when I was doing this little search was that this was actually budget friendly. And, it's not the best of all the best. And that's kind of how I live my dream here of YouTube is I keep my YouTube in check, and I don't go too crazy. I stay within my, I guess I stay in my lane. I don't pretend to be, bigger than I really am. My stream has grown a ton. I'll never forget, like I said, I told you I was going to kind of go back in time here today. But I can remember when I was grinding out my first 1,000 subscribers, and it is a grind. It is a literal grind. And my goal is like, I am going to make it. I am going to make it to my magic number. I'm going to get monetized, and then whatever happens at that point, it happens. So yeah, I mean, I remember hitting a 100, and I'm like, all right, I got 100. And I remember going and then getting, hey, I got 200, and then 300. And guys, these are between 200 and 300. I mean, it is a freaking grind. I mean, a month goes by, and then 2 months goes by, and 3 months goes by, and I hit 400, and then I hit 500. And I think everybody that basically does this, when you get to 500, you start to learn a process, and then all of this stuff is going on all over the place because you really can't stay in your lane during that time. You're trying to build. You're looking for people that are doing the same thing you were doing, and you're sharing. You're like, hey, will you please, you please check out my channel, check out yours, please, and just do not drop me as a sub, So you get into that game, and lo and behold, I made it to. I'll never forget. And I went on to a stream, a kind of a stream pumping, channel, whatever. I don't call them that because they were really good to me. And I don't know if you remember Pusa Studios. That's what they did. They got people together, and they got me over. They brought me over the top. It was so cool, and I never looked back. And it's still a grind. It's still a grind. But I don't really look anymore at the numbers that way. I look, and then I go, all right, okay, this is how long it's going to take me. And at that point, I decided that I'm going to build based upon people that want to watch, that want to see, that kind of are interested in what I'm doing. Okay. So, and I didn't want to be every once in a while, you fall into the trap of doing something you've seen, or you try to emulate something that you're really not about. And one of the things that I really like is when somebody gets on my channel and they'll go, hey, you're really random. You're exactly what your channel's like. I'm like, yep, then I'm doing the right thing. Meaning that one day I'm talking about drones. The next day I'm talking about this mic in front of me. I just talk about what comes to my head, what's going on in my week, what's going on in my day. So that's kind of the way. And we start somewhere. And the place I started was with the building. That's why when I saw Brent, when I saw you working on your bird, I thought back to when I built that this thing. This giant this giant bird of prey. This thing is, there's nothing small about this project when you're working on it. Everything is big. And you piece it together. That's all right. I'm gonna piece it. The only thing I need to do for sure is get these giant props off here. These things are way too big for this build, but they need to be the phantom props, you know, the regular, I think they're 7-inch props, something like that. These are freaking way bigger than phantom props. I've never seen a phantom with props that big, but I've flown this with a lot of different ones. And then, like I say, I watched a lot of videos. So you start to think about, you know, about that process. You're thinking, oh man, way back then, guys, my goal, my success for me was to get this to fly. All I wanted to do was get it to fly. And I'll never forget the day that it went airborne, it hovered, and then I put it in landing mode and it softly landed. I was like, oh my gosh. It was such a big deal for me. And what's very crazy and ironic is most people start the drone hobby flying those things up there. You see that thing up in there, the I think that's the X21 or X21, I think, whatever that is. You start with all these little quads, and then for some reason you build one. And there was a lot of really good information out there to build this. And this is before I gave up and then I sent it to Kai like I did with this project. I don't know why I was so intimidated by this one when I had built this one probably 8 years ago. Well, no, it's not 8 years, like 5 it's like 6 years ago, probably. And this thing's crashed. I've repaired these carbon fiber legs. I've replaced. I've glued these legs on a couple times. This is the mount, the camera mount. I actually still have the gimbal for this. And I'll never forget wanting stabilized video and what I went through to get a stable picture, to get a stable video source. And this thing is so heavy. It weighs 1,000. Last thing I cared about was weight. All I was caring about is I want to get this thing in the air. I want to get 8 minutes out of it. I didn't even think about how all of the absolutely massive amounts of weight I kept throwing on here was affecting its, you know, ability to fly. So anyway, when I think of Brent, when you come on, I think of that. I think of the process that you're going through. This thing, like I said, I need to get it back in the air. So the biggest problem for me to get this thing back will be to get a battery suitable for this, because it's a 3S battery system that it requires. So it needs I'm thinking a big old lithium ion battery. And then, you know, cause I've removed the camera, I can get rid of this thing. I can literally take, this is a payload bay. And so a big old lithium ion battery to strap under this sucker, and then switch it over, because there's the receiver for it is down here. Here's the receiver right here. And the receiver basically connects in right here. These are all the inputs to my receiver. And you can look at all the inputs. Okay, there's actually 5 inputs for that receiver that have to be matched up. And yeah, you just follow the video. And then of course there's my power input. So anyway, so you get in this. I mean, these motors are all replaceable. So they all have basically quick connects. I can replace and pull the motors off, replace them with new motors. But all that's weight. And then you can see the ESCs are different. I lost this one. This was one I had to replace in the last flight. The flight before the last, I burned out the ESC, and then I replaced it with this one, but I really never properly calibrated it. So this thing needs to be recalibrated. That's probably why I've been having problems. So it needs to be connected up to to a calibration tool. Okay, and this one, but anyway, but we've come a long ways, haven't we? Oh man. The dusty shelf. But okay, so we're at about 4:10. So that's I figured that if I got to 4 o'clock, I'd be in good shape. But the first thing I want to look at, and this actually was inspired by, I told you, Captain Drone. And Captain Drone basically has started a little, like I said, he is, a lot of people don't like him. Or they're annoyed by him. I think they like him secretly, but they're annoyed by him. I kind of, and more than anything, I envy what he's been able to do and how he's been able to build his brand, his channel. He's very successful. And if there is anybody that's annoyed or jealous of that, it's probably because he's been so successful and he's quirky. But that's what makes his channel interesting, and people like that. They like him. So one of the things he did, which I've thought about, I've actually, one of the things I can't do because of the way I had to grow my channel, was he's gone back and he was one of those people that was able to, every time he bought a new quad, he kept them. He kept most of them. He kept the ones, like he said, are his good ones. And the one that he basically talked about recently was this one. So I'm just this is where I kind of want to start my discussion today. Is this right here. And this is the Spark. And I always think of the Spark. I think of it every time and you guys saw my last video. You saw the absolute, here, I don't know. I didn't plan on, let's see that. Let me just go somewhere really quick. I want to go to I just want to go grab something just in case I need it or use it. See if I can grab that. Where is my, yeah, I've got to totally reorganize things here. So I want it on here. I want to put on here. I don't know why it doesn't come up right away. I have a heck of a time kind of. That's none of those. Anyway, I'll find it in just a second. But when you're messing around with toy quadcopters, okay? And there it is. That's what I'm looking for right there. Nobody ever tells you all the failures, okay, that happen as a result of some of these really hard to fly. One of the things a lot of people don't, that they dismiss and toy manufacturers don't talk about is the fact that a toy quadcopter is a ton hard to fly compared to one that is built by a reputable company. Okay. And the Spark is a great example of that, because you could take any person that has never flown a quad ever in their life, and you can stick them behind the controller of a Spark, and they will immediately be able to master flight and fly fast, safely. There was a ton of firsts that basically that thing had. One was not that it was, it had a really cool flight characteristic. It was very fast. I mean, you could put it in FPV mode and that thing rips. The batteries don't last very long. You get about, if you're lucky, you get 8-10 minutes out of it, but it rips. The other thing is the video quality is really darn good. It's really good. It's, 1080p, And we look at 1080p today as like it's, you know, like it's the worst video ever. But the Spark was very successful. Plus, it had obstacle avoidance. This thing had the early safety, and when it did come out, when you bought the drone, it didn't come with the controller. You had to go buy a controller, and then you had to bind it. Then, of course, you had to go find a video to help you bind it. The other cool thing that I liked about the Spark was that it used the old software, the old app, the old Go4 app. And I love the Go4 app. I love that everything was on the top. It was simple. And the Fly app, of course, has worn on us. And but if I think I'm thinking about the person that potentially would potentially oh boy. There's nothing worse than having to endure your own freaking commercials, okay? But I think about the person that will that might fly this thing right there, okay? And I'm just going to show it real quick. And then I look back at where we've begun, where we came from. Here, let me get back to this picture here. And you can still buy this. And the only hiccup you're going to have is batteries. You can find a controller for $20. You can find the drone for about $150. And you could probably, the batteries are the only thing that they might try to get you on because they're not manufacturing any of that stuff anymore. So you might get a good 2 years. If you go and buy this today, you might get a good 2 years of flying out of it, and flying that you enjoy. not flying that you have to endure. This thing you will love to fly. And I think when I bought mine, it was about $400, something like that. When this thing was, being resold. And I enjoyed it. I had a ton of fun with that. And you could throw it in a bag. The only thing it didn't have that a lot of the newer quads have is the frame didn't fold up, but the props did. And I bought a bunch of different types of props. I even bought the stealth props for it, which really did make a difference. I thought the stealth props really worked well with that. Not as much as it did for the Air 2, the Air 1. So, but yeah, I thought that this was a great place to go back to, and 5 years ago, this is like 2017, 18, 19, 20, that's like 5 years ago. Already that platform has been around. Now let's compare that to everything you can buy for $200. And I think Lone Star, you were talking about that when you were having discussions, maybe when you're at one of your meetups or when you were with Kelly or with Sunshine, Water Media, that if you're spending more than $200 on a product that's not DJI, you're definitely going backwards. You're moving backwards, and you're not helping out who you're buying a drone for, So say you're going to look for a drone you want. I mean, that thing had it had electronic image stabilization. It had a 2-axis gimbal, so it's stabilizing this way and this way. So basically this way and up and down. The only time that you lost some of your image quality is when you turned left and right, when you would yaw left and right. So the key to flying that and getting good film was to stay moving forward. And then of course, when you're in FPV mode, it would bank sharply. It would go into really nice tight banks. Well, it's great for flying, but it wasn't really good for FPV, or excuse me, for filming. So anyway, yeah, the Spark was just great. And then when I saw, I actually envied envied Captain Drone. So if you want to go check him out flying that thing, I envied him because I didn't keep mine. I had, I think I had 2 batteries, a little kit. I had the controller and a bunch of extra props. What a great little bird to start with, and you can still find them. So, but you'll have to go to a website like eBay. And I did do a little Spark search. So if you want to, let me just give you a little bit of a Spark search. Kind of right there. And those are some Sparks. There's a 168. Okay, 179. Those are good prices. That's a $400 drone. Here's a guy is basically selling his kit. A little Alpine white one for now that of course you have to bid on, but you bid on that sucker, you're going to get it for about $200. This person's selling theirs, but there's no controller. So that'd be the only thing. So you're looking for a kit like this with the controller, and it would be nice to find a one with 2 batteries. You definitely, like this one, you're going to definitely need 2 batteries. You know, when somebody puts a wrap on their kit that they loved it. There's one with they had it all customized. But there's some good units out there. I would, if like I said, if you're interested in buying something and you want to like just have a little bit of fun this summer, and you're like, I want to do a little throwback. Do it for yourself. Don't, I have been looking very, very, very hard at the eBay site lately. So, Parrot Bebop 2. I actually had a one for 250, but it was the Power with 2 batteries. You want the Power because it has the 3,300 milliamp batteries, and you can get out almost 2 miles with the Sky controller. Almost, not quite 2 miles. I was never able to get 2. But when I put my array up, when I put my booster up, I was easily able to get 2 miles out of that thing. And I look back at the footage, and the footage was smooth, but that's 1080p. And the other problem with the Parrot Bebop was that it had internal storage. It didn't have a SD card. It did have an SD card, but I think you had to open up the drone, and it was like sandwiched in the electronics. So that, I think, was what, and I think, I'm trying to think if it was just a 32 gig card is all you could do. And then a lot of people were doing, they did a hack where you could put some stick memory in there. I think you get it up to 500 megabytes or something like that if you put a stick memory. I think it was 500, where you can record right into that. But yeah, so I just thought it would be kind of cool. But I would, if now that we're getting close to spring and summer, there's one for $499. Oh my Lord, that guy's there's 168.95, best offer right there. Gimbal tested. Oh yeah, I can imagine it was tested. There's a guy who loved his drone right there. Look at that. Look at that layout. $59. Looks like $60 for a battery, which is probably pretty good. But yeah, I just thought that would be kind of fun for us to check out. And I look back at this little bird, and I smile, and I think that is the key to looking for something to do when it comes to drones. And there's just so many good deals out there. I know you could write up a deal, and this is why I say Spark, because first of all, that thing I flew was over $300, And the spark when you take off will not go off in an absolute, will not go off and run into something or hurt somebody or hit something. I mean, I literally was afraid that that drone was going to take off and fly into the highway. And I had to crash land that thing. And that, you know, if you think about the type of people that buy toy drones, they're kids mostly, or their parents that give them a toy drone. And that thing is, is borderline dangerous. Now, have I successfully flown it? Yes, I have. Yeah, I've been able to get stable flight out of it. And you know, so if you watch the video, if you watch the video of me flying, flying that thing and the footage that I got from it, it's pretty stable. It's electronic image stabilized on a 2-axis, well, on a not a 2-axis gimbal, on a rubber mount. So just want to go ahead and shut that down there. God, I'm getting annoyed by commercials for sure. But I'm trying to find that piece of. Yeah, I'm not even gonna play that. I'm not. Homie's not going there. Not going there. But and I think Captain Drone was correct. He said that there's 4K claims on a lot of these toy drones that this thing with 1080p would blow doors on. And don't believe the argument that when you buy a DJI product that it's selling out. Okay? Okay, it's not selling out when you are buying a good quality product. I would fly an old DJI drone. I would go buy a Phantom 4 before I would buy a lot of that crap that's coming out of the market right now. And obviously people are still buying it. So now you're saying, well, why did I do a review on it? Well, so I could fly it. I reviewed it so I could fly it, and I showed you the best of what it could do. You call me a hypocrite, I don't care. What did I put up just recently? I put up a video showing you if everything goes to crap with that thing, what happens. And it takes off, man. And right before I flew it, I called it out. I said, I'm putting this drone over here just in case it decides to toilet bowl on me or do something erratic. So, hey, Mountaineer FPV is joining us today. Hey, welcome to the Friday stream. Welcome to the Friday zone. So that's my introduction there. Guys, I'm not wasting my Friday on something that isn't an ass-kicking product. And that is an ass-kicking product. It was 5 years ago. And if you bought it today for $150, you would be doing yourself a service and not buying a Potensic Atom. Now, would I buy a Potensic Atom? Yeah, just to see what it does. I think you should buy a Potensic Atom if that's what you want. If you want a new experience, and that experience is just say no to cheap and junk drones. Hey, Mountaineer, you were preaching. You know what? All right. Let me just here. Hold on here. I just added you as a moderator. Thank you for popping in. So if you say you're starting a drone channel, okay, you're starting a new one and you're not an FPV guy yet. Okay. I'm still a newbie when it comes to FPV. I mean, I've flown a lot, but nothing like some of you guys. If you have Mountaineer FPV drone life on your freaking, on your channel tag, I consider you an FPV guy. I'm dead random. I do random things. Okay, I fly everything, but I have a fair share of FPV quads. Okay, right now I've got 4 working FPV quads, 4. So, and every one of them I love. I love them. This one here, of course, is your everyman's drone right there. I still got a 3S battery pack, a Lion pack strapped to it, because when I do fly it next, that's what I'm going to put on it. You know what else is cool about this? Is I can leave this freaking pack on for a month and it's going to have the same amount of power as if I left it on 2 days ago. That's the beauty of lithium ion. And the day they make that better, and where we can basically store our batteries indefinitely, is just going to make the hobby better. But it's definitely not yeah, you could have a little bit of fun with it. It's going to throw some freaking, it'll throw a little bit of few sparks around, you know. But you have to if you want a camera on it. Now it's basically got your 720 60 frame Caddx Vista on it. Okay. And same thing for this little bad boy. Okay. But Kai has solved that problem. Kai went and got himself the walk snail system. You put a walk snail receiver on here, you got 1080p, 60 frames right out of the goggles. So that's the Caddx stuff. And that would make this an even better quad. Okay. But it's still cool. It's still digital. Okay. It's still digital. It's not going anywhere. So need some of those Elon Musk batteries. Hey, no kidding. Here's an Elon Musk battery. There's a Tesla battery right there, a big ass battery. But I'm gonna fly this sucker this weekend too. I'm actually gonna fly this with both. I'm gonna unstrap this puppy, and then I'm gonna put on I've got a 1500 that's sitting in my garage right now. I'm gonna strap on to here. You want to see what happens when? Here, let me put this up on here. You want to see what happens when a Lion battery gets hot? It melts right through the plastic. Look at that. But we've been cool enough that this freaking melts right through. So yeah, and you can throw a full-size camera. This is a weighty little rig, man. That is a fat rig. But all right, okay, let's move on. For the next thing, we're gonna let me just take that down. So we've sparked enough for one day. But I thought that was cool. I miss the spark. I literally miss it. So some electrical tape and you're good. Yeah. Yeah. Drone Ready's in the house. How you doing, Drone Ready? Okay. If you're new to the channel, hey, appreciate you popping in. I love it when new people pop in. Hopefully, like you said, you look at some of the work that I've done. I've done a lot of different work. I've gone a lot of different directions with cameras and all kinds of stuff. I have no less than 4 cameras that I go out action camera wise. But still, if you want a recommendation for an action camera, not drone action camera, that's my go-to drone action camera right now, because it's the one I got. I do have the other DJI camera. I've got the Action 1, but and that 6-inch will take that Action 1, no problem. It's just heavy. You got to get that weight off there. It really sucks up your aerobatics, you know. And that's what I want to do. I want to fly with the real 6S 1500, where you're just with the 100C, you're just flying, literally you're ripping to 300 feet in like 2 seconds. Okay. But Brent, I know he bought a Caddx Peanut. He bought the Peanut, but the future of all FPV is right there. No additional camera. You do not need anything. And the footage coming out of here is absolutely superb. You can do whatever you want with GyroFlow on it. You got great goggle footage. You get OSD now. This is the freaking shiz. It is. It is. There's no question that when you fly this, so if I have to get like fast footage that I can stabilize and post, bam, O3 air unit. This is now you're not going to get smaller than this. Okay. I'm overweight here. You know, I've got to, play the 250 gram game. That not going to do it. Not going to do it with this one. This one's so close. Kai, you're going to kill me for saying that, but, and then the other thing I got to do this weekend, Kai, is I got to get ELRS set up in Mr. Croc. So, when we get ELRS set up in Mr. Croc, I got to get this puppy, loaded on there. I've got to pull, he says I got to pull one of the pins, for my air unit on there. And then we're in. So we are going to be, and quite literally, I mean, if I had, I could, yeah, anyway, I'm not going to go there. So I want to fly my first quad with the LRS. I've never done it. I am super stoked about that. That is by far what is exciting me right now, is to get this little unit. It's going to, it's going to take absolute ultimate, concentration. I got to get a good solder job on there. That's small, and I'm going to do it though. I'm bound and determined. I'm not sending it to Kai. It's not going to Texas. It's staying here in Utah, and I'm going to get it flying. So Matt, everybody that's flying now, that's really serious, is now flying with ELRS. They like the simplicity of it. And it says, let's see, 1800 MOS 6S, 120. Oh, $26. Holy crap. I got to shut up, man. I gotta maybe buy that. I'm going on Amazon right now. I need that. That's so, yeah. Hey, put that link up. Hey, Mountaineer, you can put links up. I am not against linking. You can link this channel all you want. Okay. This is a public service that we do. So you said it's, a CNHL, 6S LiPo for, you said 1800. So I'm looking. 1300, 1200. I'm going to find it. 1500. I'm going to find it. We're going to find it during this stream. But yeah, if you want to post the link, you are more than welcome, saving us some freaking searching time. Yeah, I guess I could change my search strategy a little bit. You said 1800. Let's see here. Come on. It's got to be here. There's another. Oh, there, right there. Right there. 1800. Mini Star. Is that it? 120C, $26. 15 left in stock. Racing Burst 200C. Yep, that's the battery. I found it. I'll show you what it looks like. Here, let me put it up. Let me put it up on the screen there. Right there, that one. Nope, that's not it. Right. Where'd it go? There it is, right? Nope, 1300. What the hell? I just had it on there. Here, I'm gonna click his link. I'm clicking your link. Okay. Lone Star's got it up there. Thank you. That's it. That's the bad boy. That's the good boy. Right there. Go on here. Let's get it on the screen share. So it says he got 15 left. So get one. Get one. $26. I think that's my early birthday present. 1800 will be perfect for 6x6S, Mr. Croc. So What do you got? CNN. Let's see. Thank you. Night Train got it in the house. Hey, guys, get one. Okay, I'm going to at least buy one. Okay. What's that? Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to buy now. Guys, I got some bad news too. So that's why I'm going to buy this. Place my order. Okay. All right. I just sent it to you. All right. Okay. So that battery's on the way. All right. Let's take that down. All right. Okay. I remember, hey Kai, remember I Tuesday I applied for that position. Well, it didn't happen. So I am in mourning. One of my dream positions had come and gone within my grasp for a very short time. So, oh well, the worst case scenario is I'm still where I'm at and it's okay. It says 1800s are a little big for my rigs, but I use 13 and 15 all day. Yeah, 1500s are easy to, and usually you can buy 1500s in pairs. When you usually buy a pair of 1500s, you can usually get them for like $40 or something like that, 40 or $50. So you end up paying about, let's see, Pyrodrone. Let's see what you got there. Okay, now is that the 1100? Which is really good for Mr. Croc. Well, no, that's 1100. That's 1100 platform right there. I got a 930 that I get almost 10 minutes. That 1100 right there for 24 doll hairs. Should I strap the freaking 1800 on the? You think she'll handle 1800? Do you think she'll handle it? It's too much power. She can't handle it. You think she'll handle 1800? Gosh, it's going to be close. She's not going to be able to plug. I got it because you have to have an XT30. So, what's my profession loosely? I am in education. Loosely. There you go. Yeah, I was trying to get into a career tech school that just opened up brand new, and I thought I'd apply to get in, and I didn't make the cut, so I gave it all I got. So it just happens. And I totally understood when I went in that the possibility of not being the only person to try to get that job in a really big district. So did they miss out on the greatest employee in the world? Yeah, they did. So they missed out on this. That's why I'm wearing this shirt today, because I am the GOAT. And oh well, you got to have that attitude. And once again, crap happens, and I'm disappointed for sure. Am I surprised? You know how big my freaking head is? Yeah, I'm surprised because I'm the best candidate always for every job, and it didn't work out. I still want to try to get in there. It doesn't mean I'm not going to be able to get in there. It's, to me, this is the way I grind. I didn't get in now, but I'm going to get in. I'm going to keep grinding. I'm going to try again. So, Michael C, I've been getting into long range lately. Yeah. And you can get into, what's cool about the drone industry right now is you can, yeah, I mean, you got to have confidence, but you can't cry over spilt milk as well. I'm really disappointed because I know for me, my brain, I am the best candidate. And I'm fun. I enjoy my job. I have a great rapport with the kids that I teach. And I'm angry because I know I can bring something that they don't have there. And like the enthusiasm for this hobby, I would bring that. And it is a career. So, yeah, always changing. It's fun, man. It is. Hey, Michael. And whatever. Hey, Michael C, appreciate it. Here, let me get, I got to get you guys. I get Michael. Let's see. I'm saying here. Anybody that pops into my channel gets a standard moderator. So if you want to, guys, if you want to post links to your own channels, I do not mind that. Okay. We will cut you off if you spam our channel though. So, okay. And remember on Tuesdays, guys, remember on Tuesday, Kai and I, we get together and we hammer out these topics once again and usually get more in depth. Friday's just it's chilling. So, hey, Andrew Silver Fox. Today, okay. Hey, if you send me a Facebook request and I just give me some time I got so much crap in there. So don't take it personally. I've been trying to get all of the mainstream folks that I see all the time on the channel. I'm trying to get all those people, even in my personal Facebook. I don't care. So you're welcome. I try to, I've got those two linked together. I'm not worried about the separation between church and state there. I really don't mind. Let's see. Here's the secret to some of that on on the low long range. Oh, Pyro Drone. I love Pyro Drone, by the way. The reason why I picked that one up because I need a big battery in my, I don't know if you remembered, was it 2 summers ago? I flew into that tree. I burnt up a brand new 1500, brand new. I tell you, it was right out of the freaking box. It was its first charge. I landed in a tree and it fried one of my cells. That's a $40 freaking R-line battery right in the toilet. I'm not buying another $40 R-line battery ever again, even though they're good. So, let's see. I need to subscribe. I'm drinking too shitty weather today. I'm drinking too shitty weather today. Keep it. You can drink and hang out with us. We don't care. Hey, when summer comes, I might be drinking with you. So, okay. So this is, let me just check this link out there. He's okay. That's, what Mountaineer was sharing was a Crossfire unit. Hey Kai, can I put a Crossfire on this thing? I'm not going to do it because I gotta walk before I can crawl, or crawl before I can walk. Okay. Reverse that. But can I put a Crossfire, module on here? I mean, I'm guessing I can. I probably can look in the menu and find out. So yeah, if you don't know, Kai Lone Star UAV sent this to me. I really appreciate that. It's my first real good controller. It's FR Sky, but it's modular and it allows you a lot of freedom and the gimbals on it kick ass. So, but yeah, Kai, let's see. So anyway, if you know that already, you guys know what this one is, right? This controller. I'm telling you, I'm kind of a Captain Drone. Kinda. He's a pretty smart guy. A lot of people don't give him credit. So I'm not going to have this a rip on Captain Drone stream. There's some other drone operators out there that I could say that maybe should have less drone operating time, but I'm not one of those. But yeah, I'm waiting for Lone Star to give me anyway, we're going to get this sucker hooked up and it's going to run Mr. Croc first. And then we are going to get this bad boy here with we'll set this one up with ELRS. So this will be this will be the ultimate flying machine. This little 5-inch here with ELRS and a 1500 mAh battery. This bad boy will be what I would consider the perfect quad. Okay. Perfect. So, and if you want to, you can strap that on. I have no idea why you would, because this is the same camera that this is. It's the same freaking camera. You don't need to put all this freaking weight on. You just fly with this. Let's see. I'm now subscribed to everyone in the chat. Excellent. Hey, if you have a channel and you're not, hey, if your channel I am not subscribed to, I will get there. Okay. I've tried. And when I was really on my game, I would go right to your channel. So if you have not put your channel link up, I will go and do a quick subscribe for your channel. So I'm just happy, guys. You don't know. I'm just happy that my stream hasn't died. So yeah, less camera, more battery, baby. Welcome to 2023. I can totally freaking agree with that. Guys, my dream, I know FPV guys, I'm totally new. I've been flying FPV for 2 years. And I know 2 years, who cares? Okay. I actually had, I won't look for it, but but right before I started the stream, I found my video from 2 years ago where I was flying my little Emax drone for the first time. I was just, this is when I'm learning FPV. I got the Emax goggles on. I've got this, this scratchy, stuff coming into my eyes, and I'm flying at my school. I'm flying around the gym and stuff, and I'm going through things. And I mean, that was just 2 years ago. And now I'm like ripping the hell out of this thing. I don't know if they consider the flying I do ripping, but it's getting better. We're getting there. So I'm working on some long range. Kai actually is working on, Kai's not working on it now. He had to bag it, but he has got a 7-inch project in his head. And I know, knowing Kai, it's going to eventually happen because he's got a lot of projects. But, so if you guys don't know Kai, it's Lone Star UAV. And here, let's put that up here. What the frick? There we go. All right. Friedrichsen, there he is. Okay. Anyway, he's got a 7-inch idea in his head, and it will eventually come to fruition. It is so expensive though. Okay. I don't know if he'd do Express ELRS. More than likely he's got Crossfire. He's got both. I know he's got a Crossfire. He probably, with the long range, will go Crossfire. I'm almost sure of that. That's the way Germans think. They think, okay, what am I doing? What's the purpose of this? And then how can I do it the most efficient way? I don't think he would fly the distance that you would want. Obviously, you could fly a long range like that. Really, no purpose for it. I've already proven that about 1,000 times. Sending my long ranges out, the GPS gear, and I think Mr. Croc can make it to the top of this area that I want to get to. The reason why I want to go to the top of this, it's a point in space where I like to fly. And the cool thing I like about that is the trip back. So I would fly straight to it, and then I'd turn around and I would just cruise back. It follows I fly landscape. So it follows a cliff. It goes down to a river, and then it basically crosses the river and back up. It's super cool. And it's the perfect long range. I did a bunch of flights with the DJI FPV there, and I think it takes about 8 minutes to fly that. So I figured 6S, I get a battery that'll give me 10 minutes. That gives me time to dink around when I'm there, and plenty of power to get back. So, you got to kind of you got to plan those flights out. But video always goes out before controller. Yeah, because that's the way Crossfire is. It's Yeah, you flying 900 megahertz? Is that Crossfire? Is it 900 megahertz? Save that question for Tuesday, for Tech Tuesday. But I should be able to get, with that thing, I should be able to freaking pump it out there, shouldn't I? 2 miles? I get 2 miles out of that, right? All right. Okay, let's move up. Let's move ahead. I want to look at a couple more things. But yeah, he showed me the Crossfire. It's the what's it? What did you show me? It was the Crossfire TX transmitter. Whoa! Yeah, that's the module, $208, $208. That's probably a pretty good deal for that. Is that? Let's see. TBS. I just want to look at that. The black sheep module. I just want to look at the specs really quick. Frequency, yeah. So the frequency for Crossfire, right, is 868 megahertz or 900 megahertz US. Yeah. So it's freaking more power. Anyway, 2 watts. Kai's freaking sitting with 1 watt with his Boxer, with that new controller, and he's thinking he's pretty damn cool at this point. So, all right, let's let me shut down some of these windows, and I want to get I want to get to something really quick. Guys, I'm not even interested in this, but I want to look at it just quickly. Okay, so I just want to look at the Inspire really quick. I just want to look at the design. I one quick question. Okay, many of us are just like, who cares, right? But do you think that the new Air 2, assuming that they make another Air, DJI Air 3. Now, you've seen a bunch of different images that have been posted. You know what I'm saying? That goofy image that shows the 4-prop model that fold out. That's what I'm saying. When I first saw this picture, I was saying, wow, wouldn't it be interesting if they made an Air 3 and they modeled it after the Inspire just to make it different. I don't know if that is a weight saving issue or a larger camera carrying a bigger payload with a different frame. So anyway, I was just thinking about that. Other than that, that's just an Inspire. I mean, it's the same Inspire that has inspired people for a long time. Kai is pretty damn cool. A lot of please love the TBS Tango. Yeah, isn't that what the hell is that? What is this the Tango? I don't know. Can't remember. I think that's what it is. ERLS is fine. Hey, ERLS is fine. 2 watts is, yeah. Isn't that illegal? You can't fly with 2 watts. Guys, you guys are a bunch of rebels. And then Sunrise shows up to make the rebel allotment at maximum capacity. We cannot have any more rebels here. All right, so that's all I wanted to say about the Inspire. I was just thinking that there was a concept image that came up on a Twitter feed. I haven't been able to find it. It's just a concept, but it would be interesting if they folded the props out and then they had the arrangement of the opposite facing props, kind of like Skydio. Now that we've got Skydio, kind of this is the Tango 2 remote. Okay, that's what I thought we were at. All right, so let's get rid of this. Let's move on. I've got something interesting that I want to discuss. Some of us are interested in this. Let's look at this. Okay. And it's the Skydio itself, the company that makes the Skydio drones. They have just gotten the go-ahead for a crap load of money. They are now going to get a flood of cash coming in. Doesn't that mean that Skydio might be attempting to move into the drone space with Autel and DJI. That is my belief, is that Skydio is pushing to enter into that market and produce competitive products with Autel. Yes, well, Skydio it's not cheap. And the only reason why I haven't purchased a Skydio, because nothing's cheap anymore, to be quite honest. Okay. Right. And Michael said, yeah, they go in industrial. And that's, yeah, there might, hey, for FPV folks, I'm just telling you, if they go industrial and they totally get rid of the consumer market, we're set. Because as long as they keep pumping out air units and they keep feeding us a little bit of love, I really don't give up. Okay. Because I'm happy with this. I can basically I'll get Kai and I will think up something, create a platform, put this camera on it, and we will have the perfect drone no matter what the hell they do. We don't even care anymore. We've got 4K 60 on the move. We can stabilize it. That means we can pretty much do anything. We can pull screenshots, or we can do all kinds of stuff with that. But wouldn't it be cool? He goes, yeah, I got 2 5-inch drones that you built. Well, I got a 5-inch drone that I didn't build. Kai built it. But okay, I had my hands in it a little bit. I'm pretty proud of that little bird right there. That was neat. It was fun. Okay. What setup? That is a Speedy Bee stack, F7, 30 amp ESCs, 20. What are these? 28. I think 20. No, they're 20. I think they're 2004s. 2004 motors. 2004s. And this thing is. It's a combination long range FPV. That's what we wanted it to be. And it's just simple, very simple. And it has GPS. Kai was the master of this build. I mean, he did a hell of a job putting this thing together as far as very light, very efficient design. I would say you could use just about any setup when it comes to the flight stack. I would have liked a more plug and play. I kind of wanted to be plug and play where the DJI unit would plug right into the flight stack, the flight controller. I think I can, if I get my freaking crap together with my soldering. I just got to practice. But I definitely can put the motors on and get that part. I know I can do that if I just, like I said, pull my head out of my A. But yeah, he came up with the setup for, he found this print, and I printed a bunch of these camera mounts. They're perfect camera mounts. And this is a 30 degree. They also make a 15 degree camera mount for this. I added this and printed this up here just in case I wanted to put something on it for fun. Maybe I want to just do a comparison with my Action or, Action 2, something like that. But you wouldn't want to put anything other than a light version of something. Any kind of a stripped down GoPro would be really good if you wanted that GoPro footage. But you don't need it. You don't need. This is good. These are 5125s, I think. So not a lot of pitch. You can see there's not a ton of pitch on these. I like that. I like the efficient props. We put XT30, and yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. Everything is shoved into this little tiny AOC frame. This is a Rosser 5-inch, supposed to basically dampen the vibration. I think it's been pretty good that way. So that's kind of what that build is. It's very unique, and I'm telling you, let's see. Oh, yeah. So that is a. No, this is, yeah. That, guys, you got to understand how small the air units are. That is an 03 air unit in there. That is a freaking, like I said, 03 is just freaking killer. So it's fun. It's a nice little compact build. Kai is working on a 3.5 inch, I think right now. I think it's a 3x5 or 4 inch Armaton-like frame. He got for like $25. So he's got that. He's got a couple of things he's got to fix. But how much did that set up? Yeah, the sucky thing about putting that together is there ain't nothing cheap about putting them together anymore. That thing is easily, I think the motors, I have about $100 in motors. They're like 20. They're the Brother Hobby motors. I think I've got about Flight Stack was about 130. And then I fried my first ESC because I tried to put it together. I burnt out my ESC. So I had to replace that. That was a freaking $50 freaking stupidity move. So probably all in all, about $500. So I could have bought it. 400 and something. It's a rip. Guys, it's so expensive. $70 in the frame. Say 70. Probably, I got about $60 or $70 in motors. The Flight Stack is 80 if you don't wreck it. So you could probably put it together for 400, I think. And then you look at all the little parts. The air unit is 200. So right there, you're at 500. So that's at least like $799. You know what? You're better off buying it. You really are. Just go buy a Nazgul freaking Evoque with the 03 air unit in it. Really. 240. I got mine for $219. I didn't pay $240 for the air unit. You just get it for the right price. Don't go overspend for the air unit. But I bought the air unit when they went on sale, and I sat on the air unit for like a month until we got the parts together to build. And by the time it's over, you end up spending. I'm glad we built it though. I'm glad it was important. I think it's a lesson in understanding that building is not cheap unless you go with the analogs, not the analog system completely. Just go with Vistas. Just go find yourself a Vista, or even better yet, you want to save money, get into the Cadix, the walk snail system. When front loading it, you're going to pay a lot of money for the goggles and stuff. But the walk snail mini units, but you're not going to get that kind of footage. You're not going to get DJI footage out of that when it comes to what the air unit, the 4K 60, not yet. So not going to happen yet. So yeah, just way better than buying one. 240. There's no way you're gonna. Yeah. So yeah, you buy. Yeah, the air unit itself is 240 with tax, I guess. Huh? You say. Yeah. There's no such thing as a cheap drone anymore. Let me see if I can price out a. Let me see if I can price out a. Are we done with the? Are we done with this? I think we're done with this. So. I think Skydio is everybody's going into the commercial market. I hope Skydio doesn't abandon the consumer market. I just hope they don't. It's just so hard to get a hold of one. They don't mass produce them like DJI can. They have a different cost issue. But they are very good flying camera platforms. So, and they have really good performance. They've got great. They've got really amazing. If you say sensors, but it's hard to beat DJI. I mean, it's hard to beat the Mavic 3. I mean, I lost connectivity at the top of a mountain with the Mavic 3, and it flew home until it found my controller. It flew around the freaking mountain, found my controller, and bang, I'm back in business. So yeah, guys, you can still build inexpensively. Don't go away from the Vista stuff. If you can find an old air unit, that's great. So if you can get the 1080p onboards, but there's other options that you have now, you know. I do have the V2s and I have the goggles too. I got both. The V2s, I'm actually the next time I fly that 03, I'm going to hook up to the V2s and just fly with the V2s for a little bit just to see what the difference, because of course the image quality 1080p coming into your goggles is absolutely breathtakingly amazing, but they are so uncomfortable. So I'm actually going to do a little bit of range fun this weekend. I've got one little experiment that I want to do, that I'm going to do. So let's see. What's my I forget what my last image is. I've got one more. Oh, here we go. The coup de grace. Okay. Anybody know what that is? Anybody know what this image is? I'm going to give you guys a chance to check this out. Okay. Does anybody know what that is right there? That is a crap ton of 5-inch quads made by the Ukrainian army. Look at all those quads. Now the middle is explosives, okay? But all of those things on those piles of them are all quads built by the Ukrainian. They make them into flying bombs. Look at those things. There are stacks of them. So they have guys, all they do is they just build quads all day long. You definitely like the V2s or the goggles too. Yeah, I have yet to find a. Now Kai sent me a wine. No, those are explosives. Yeah, they look like the RPG rounds. Yes, yeah, they're basically probably the explosive from an RPG round. They're probably a shaped charge. Yep, you are right. I want to fly those. Wouldn't it be fun to fly an RPG round with a quad into something? Now, obviously, we're peace, you know what I'm saying? But wouldn't it be cool to like set up a barrel out there and just take an RPG round and fly it into that? That would be so wine. It does kind of look like wine, doesn't it? But yeah, those are, it looks like they probably said they probably tore apart RPGs, took the shaped charge out, and they put them on these FPV quads and they freaking fly them. These are all analog. I think they're all analog quads. Something, I don't know what they do because I ran into a tank. But yeah, that'll burn a hole through, I don't know how much armor, maybe 3 or 4 inches armor, something like that. I found that. And one of the questions was, what's happening to all the FPV gear? Where is all the motors going? Why are they becoming so expensive? Why does it cost us $500 to make a quad? Well, there it is. There's the reason. Oh man, I'm guessing they're 5-inchers, but I think they might be bigger. Those might be 6-inchers. Those props look pretty big. So, can anybody guess as to? I look at the couch. Those look like they're bigger. So this is a 6-inch. This is a 6-inch build, and I look at the props and I look at how close they are to the body. My guess is those are a little bit bigger than 5-inch. I just don't think you could mount an RPG round in a 5-inch quad. I don't know. So that extra inch matters. That's what she said. Yeah. Why do you think it's expensive right now? I had a guy that was trying to buy my Mavic 3. I've got it on eBay. Okay. I always got my quads that I'm not flying on eBay. So he says he's trying to lowball me, and I'm like, Dude, man, you're not going to be able to find a Mavic 3 in a couple of years because every one is going to be blown up. You think 7? Yeah. That's pretty big. That's a big it's probably a big 7-inch analog frame. We would need to know what kind of batteries they're using. So now the motors, some of you guys might recognize the red motor. What's very ironic is look at does everybody notice the nuts holding down the props on the motors? They're all red. They're all color coordinated. Okay, let me tell you, okay, you're going to make a drone that you're going to fly into something and it's going to blow up. Do you care what the nut color is? Do you care how beautiful it is when you straps a freaking RPG round to it? Basically an uncased RPG round. Let's see, Drone X. Let's see what you got up there. Michael, I'm checking out your link here. Let's see. Drone operator's location can easily be intercepted. Yes, I totally understand that. And now they might be using cell phone or GPS information to fly those. I don't know how. Obviously, you got to have a live video link, but do you think that they're possibly using the 4G network to fly those? And you remember we saw Dustin Dunhill flying for LTE, flying the LTE networks. There's plenty of phone service out there in certain areas. There's all you got to do is make sure you have a triangulated phone system and you have LTE path. So yeah, I'm looking at that article. I'm actually going to look at it. I understand that those can be scoped. So, and the pilots are at risk. So more likely they bring those drones within close proximity, and they are flying within, I don't know, 2,000 yards, 3,000 yards. Okay, maybe 1,000 meters of their target, and it's fast. You get so much of a window of opportunity. They fly it, bang, and then cut the connection. That's my guess. That's what's happening with those. So, but yeah, that's operator's location can be easily intercepted. Yes, they can. Okay. And that talks about that, i.e. RID. Okay. So there's the information there's the RID, that drone ID packet that's coming out of that. There's the pilot, and there's the drone. Okay. And of course there's the artillery round coming in. All righty. I think that's, I just thought that was fun, that picture right there. Cause Kai was always saying, "Well, gosh, everything's getting so expensive." Well, it's getting expensive because we're blowing the crap out of all these things. We're blowing them all up. Okay, guys, I think I'm gassed. I think it's time to end this stream here. So this is from DJI drones. Yeah, we understand it, but a lot of the same technologies are being utilized. We know that information is being broadcast and shared and triangulated and put on maps, and they've got aeroscope to locate things. So we know that. But alrighty, guys, I think it's time for us to call it a day. And I super appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. You guys made my Friday much better. Even though I had a rough day with the job thing, and it didn't work out, and I was excited to think I was going to bring fun to kids in our district, and I was going to be able to show them my love and enthusiasm of flight. It looks like they're going to have somebody else do it. So they're going to have to find their own dad random. Yeah, you guys have a good one. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today. And hopefully you'll hang out with me next time. I try to get in around 4 o'clock. That's my goal. I think I'm going to try to get in a little earlier, like the 3:30 range on these Fridays, especially as it gets warmer out. And you guys, thank you, Andrew and Eat More Possum Brent and Michael C, Mountaineer FPV. We let's see, what else we got in here? Andrew Silver Fox in the house. Sunrise Water Media, of course. Kai popped in for a minute. He's hiding right now. Who else popped in that I missed? I think I got everybody. That's a good Friday for me. I don't have to have 1,000 people. Night Train FPV popped in. Appreciate you joining with us too. Like I said, we've got a couple of new folks that jumped in. But guys, we are always grinding this channel. We're always trying to do something new and better, and we're trying to expand our understanding of things. We're trying to keep the drone hobby alive. We want to save you money by not buying crap. Yes, I will sponsor and fly a toy quadcopter, and I will tell you all the great stuff about it, but don't be surprised if I put up like that video the other day and tell you the dangers of that same thing, because let me tell you something. That my first flight with that was a success. Okay. I flew that quad. Its first time, not there, but another place, and it flew well. And then I moved my location. I brought it to that spot, recalibrated it, and it went absolute whack job. And it could have hit me. It could have hit other people. It could have hit moving objects, cars. It could have hit somebody's property or somebody's animal. It was dangerous. And we have got to stop buying that crap. We really do. Now, if you just want to fly it and then shoot it out of the sky with a 12 gauge, I understand that. And that's perfectly legal if it's your own drone. I don't see why it wouldn't be. But I think technically it's, if it's just don't put it on YouTube. But anyway, have a great weekend. Really, like I said, I greatly appreciate you guys. I totally thank you guys for hanging out with me. And yes, we are a community. We are trying to get better and better. And we're out of here. We are going to put on some music for you. See if I can get this on there. Let's see if I can get that going. There we go. You get that? You go out with that. Have a good one. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you. Every one of you guys that pop in. It's time that you are spending. It is time that you are taking out of your Friday schedule. And I totally and gratefully appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I really would appreciate that. That is super important, more than anything else, that you give me some support. If you don't, of course, you can go down that way. I really don't care. But yeah, you can hurt my feelings today, because believe me, I've had worse things done than you not giving me a thumbs up. So I'm out of here.